Start. As noticed earlier, in the present case, not only the respondent has been denied access to documents sought to be relied upon against him, but he has been condemned unheard as the inquiry officer failed to fix any date for conduct of the inquiry. In other words, not a single witness has been examined in support of the charges leveled against the respondent. The High Court therefore has rightly observed that the entire proceedings are vitiated, having been conducted in complete violation of principles natural justice and total disregard of fair play. The respondent never had any opportunity at any stage of the proceedings to offer an explanation against the allegations made in the charge sheet. This court in the case of Kasinath versus Union of India 1986 had clearly stated the rationale for the rule requiring supply of copies of the documents sought to be relied upon by the authorities to prove the charges leveled against a government servant. In that case, the inquiry proceedings had been challenged on the ground that non-supply of the statements of the witnesses and copies of the documents had resulted in the breach of rules of natural justice. The appellant therein had also requested for supply of the copies of the documents as well as the statements of the witnesses preliminary inquiry. The principle of law says that a government employee who is facing any departmental inquiry is entitled to all the relevant files, statements, documents, and other materials which could help him to have a reasonable opportunity to prove himself not guilty of the charges so framed against him. It is his right to get copies of all the documents available. The request made by the appellant was in terms turned down by the disciplinary authority. In considering the importance of access to documents in statements of witness to meet the charges in an effective manner, this court observed as follows. When a government servant is facing a disciplinary proceeding, he is entitled to be afforded a reasonable opportunity to meet the charges against him in an effective manner. And no one facing a departmental inquiry can effectively meet the charges unless the copies of the relevant statements and documents to be used against him are made available to him. In the absence of such copies, how can the concerned employee prepare his defense, cross-examine the witnesses, and point out the inconsistencies with a view to show that the allegations are incredible? It is difficult to comprehend why the disciplinary authority assumed an intransigent posture and refused to furnish the copies notwithstanding the specific request made by the appellant in this behalf. Perhaps the disciplinary authority made it a prestige issue. If only the disciplinary authority had asked itself the question, what is the harm in making available the material, and weighed the pros and cons, the disciplinary authority could not reasonably have adopted such a rigid and adamant attitude. On the one hand, there was the risk of the time and effort invested in the departmental inquiry being wasted if the courts came to the conclusion that failure to supply these materials would be tantamount to denial of reasonable opportunity to the appellant and defend himself. On the other hand, by making available was not running any risk. There was nothing confidential or privileged in it. Stop.